Hello, my name is Kurt Knox, and this video is about Chapter 3, Section 1, Discovering Cells. You should have already read pages 80 to 85, and you should have your notebook out ready to take Cornell notes on this video. All right, the key idea for this video is what is the cell theory and how is the body organized? All right, the first part of this chapter talks about an overview of cells. Now, as you guys know, the cells have structure and the cell and the structure. Sorry about that. Cells are like little bricks on a wall. Bricks make up the structure of a building, just like cells make up the structure of you. Now, what do cells do? This is their function. The cells, what the cell does is get rid of carbon dioxide for humans. They collect oxygen, they get rid of waste, they get food, and they grow. So that's what the cell does. Basically, the cell carries out all the processes of life. And it doesn't matter the size or the shape of the cell, it carries out all the processes of life. Now, cells are really, really small. So small you cannot see them. Hence, you guys need a microscope in order to see cells. But cells are very, very small. All right, because cells were so small, they did not know they existed. It wasn't until the invention of the microscope a long, long time ago. It was Robert Hooke and Anton von Leeuwenhoek were the first couple of people to really look and observe cells. So cells are small and they carry out all the processes of life.
After the discovery of microscopes, many other scientists became very interested and they decided that they wanted to look at stuff under the microscope. And they started coming up with a cell theory, and especially three main scientists, Schleiden, Schwann, and Virchow. Schleiden said that after many research, he said all plants are made of cells. And then Schwann did more research and he said not only plants but all animals are made of cells. And then Virchow said, you know what, all living things are made of cells. So it's really important for scientists to communicate their findings so that they can build upon other people's findings and improve upon it. The cell theory says three things. Whoops, how do I go back? Okay. One of the things that the cell theory says is that all living things are made of cells, whether it's a mosquito or a cow or a person or even a rose. They're all made of cells. Another thing it says is that the cells are the basic unit of structure and function in living things. Basically what Mr. Knox was saying, if you think of a person or an animal as like a building, the cell would be like the main basic unit, like a brick or one piece of rock. Mr. Rock. Anyway, the third thing is that all cells are produced from other cells. You can't make cells, you can't go out and buy cells, you can't pick it up on the streets. Cells come from existing cells. Some organisms are unicellular. If you cover up the last half of the word, you have uni, like unicycle. Unicycles have one wheel. So if you are unicellular, you are only made of one cell. And a bacteria is a good example of a unicellular organism. Pretty much every other living thing are multicellular. Multi means many, and so you and I are multicellular. We're made of many cells. Same with trees, grass, and your cat and dog.
All right, so now we're going to talk about how multicellular organisms are organized. So the first level, the tiniest level, is tissues. So tissues are a group of similar cells that work together and do something very, very specific. So for example, the tissues in your heart are made so that they can pump blood. And the heart is called the organ because it's made up of many different types of cells or tissues together. They become the heart. Then what we have is the organ system. These are several organs that together again, do something very, very specific. So your heart and your veins, for example, pump blood throughout your whole body. Then all your organ systems combine to become one whole organism, such as a human being or an animal like a shark. So write these down and make sure you take all your notes.